And we're back. If you're just joining us, we just left off with what we were going to talk about in regards to the games of the week.
Yeah.
Game of the week,
Yes.
rather. For the Saturday.
For Saturday.
For Saturday.
Saturday is game of the day.
Yeah, Saturday. Yeah, game of the day.
Saturday is game of the day.
Because we had a lot of blockbusters on Sunday.
Yes.
But getting back to Saturday, we had Newcastle versus Manchester United.
Manchester United. And
The great
that
Uniteds.
That was
Played at
5th versus 6th, was it?
Well, yeah, because
Yeah.
United's
Yeah.
you were right behind them.
5th versus 6th. United was a point ahead of me.
That was at St. James Park,
It
correct?
was at St. James Park. It was a night game.
Daunting place for any team to go.
Yes. 3 below 0.
Oh my word! So it was a cold day.
It was a
cold night.
Cold night.
Yeah.
And Manchester United had to take a bus for 3 hours
Just to
because
take
their
that out.
flight was canceled.
Oh my word! So you
So-
just put it on them in all different types of ways.
Yeah, they got it pretty good. They got it pretty good. Even though the game finished 1-0, Newcastle blew Manchester United out of the water.
How about that Kieran Trippier free kick though?
Yeah, that was
That would have been a peach.
just a fraction.
Yeah.
Just a fraction. That's all he needed.
Yeah, I text someone with Manchester United mates like, hey, your heart's in your throat right now. Huh? I didn't like that one, but it is what it is.
Newcastle's right back and left back just caused havoc.
Livramento and Kieran Trippier.
Gareth Southgate, pay attention.
Well, you talked about that last week. You know, I think he should start. Hey, man, Gareth Southgate, get this man's number, man.
Gareth
Tell you how to
Southgate,
win some things, man.
pay attention. Tino Livramento.
Your goal strike came from Anthony Gordon in the 55th.
Yes, it did came in the 55th minute.
Yep.
Across from Trippier after we intercepted our high pressure, intercepted a ball from, I think it was Scott McTominay,
Yep.
and turned the ball over. And it was actually Bruno
Guimaraes?
Bruno
Fernandes.
Fernandes. And
Has got that in his game, too.
yeah, so
You know what? That goal was good for so many reasons. That made me smile for so many reasons, because last week we were talking about the 3 right backs, which was Kieran Trippier,
Right.
Kyle Walker, and Trent, right? We're
Right.
going to get on to Trent, right?
Right.
But you were saying that they all play to their strengths, and Kieran Trippier's strength is delivery. Is good delivery.
Good delivery.
And that's exactly what he did.
that's exactly what he did. And Anthony Gordon
Was at the back post.
was at the back post. Wan-Bissaka
danger.
fell asleep.
You know what? On that point, right there, because I immediately thought about, we text each other, right, but I didn't get to text you in that specific moment. What I thought about that, right, was that goal was very special from your standpoint, simply because Aaron Wan-Bissaka doesn't really fall asleep defensively a lot, does he?
He don't.
And when it comes to one-on-one defending, that one was a little different because someone's running off his blind side.
Right.
But usually he doesn't get exposed like that.
I think what happened there is with Anthony Gordon and Livramento attacking left back, whereas I have Dan Burn. It's not an attacking left back. I mean, he fills in the real very good.
Defensively
and
solid.
It's defensively solid.
Right.
But Livramento is defensively solid, but he could also blow cross you
Yeah.
in the blink of an eye,
Yeah.
and he could also deliver a cross.
Mean cross.
So, whereas he would probably have to only deal with Anthony Gordon on a regular day if
It was
Dan
other
Burn
ways.
weren't injured.
Right.
But Tino Livramento is a different specimen.
I agree.
So now, I think that Newcastle is even more dangerous
Yeah.
with Livramento as left back
Yep.
because it gives us another option of attacking
Yeah.
from the other side of the pitch. So
Yeah.
teams don't know if you're going to shut down the right side, it could
You
come
got
from
on the
the
left. Yep. Absolutely. And you know what else is that towards the end of that game, it was a lot of extra time.
Yes.
A lot of extra time.
Yes.
How did you feel as a Newcastle fan? Did you feel like it was getting kind of nervy, or did you feel like now we can see this out? Or
No, it was getting nervy, and then my goalkeeper got injured.
Nick Pope?
Looks like it's going to be out for a while, dislocated shoulder.
It's a lot of things going on with the goalkeepers this season.
And then, if you remember, they had a disallowed goal.
Right.
Because it came off a deflection off a their player who was offside.
Not McTominay. Maguire. And it was a good call.
Yeah.
It was a good call.
Yeah,
it was the right call.
It was.
It took forever for them to take it back off Being Sports. I thought it was 1-0 that whole time, you know.
But in the last 10 minutes, United pushed Harry Maguire up and strike.
He was playing out on the wing at certain points. I got a new ring up, bro.
And we'll talk about United because United is a team that is going to where I just came from. They're
going through it. But before we get on that, I just want to end this by letting our viewers know where you guys finished respectively because of this result.
Yeah.
So because of this result, Newcastle actually leapfrogged Manchester United into the 6th place position.
Yeah.
They are now on 26 points while Manchester United stayed on 24. So that win was big for multiple reasons.
Yes, it was.
Right?
It got us closer to the top 4.
Where you aim to be.
We aim to be.
Yeah.
We don't consider ourselves a fighting relegation mid-table club anymore.
Them days are done.
We're a European club. That's what we look at.
And you're here to stay.
Yeah, we're here to stay. We're here to stay.
With that said, and you know, us letting our viewers know exactly what that meant for the league, I need you to go into a little bit of detail, right? Because you have great analysis, in my opinion, in regards to, just take 30 seconds to go into what you feel Manchester United is going through right now as a club.
Right now, I think Manchester United don't have a direction. They're just players out there on the field. If you looked at it yesterday, they don't respect their manager. I mean, if you look at it, they were arguing with their manager. The manager was shouting at them. They were shouting back at the manager. Rashford went off the field. His attitude, like he didn't run back for a ball. If you look at some of the United's podcasts, they're livid. They are livid. A lot of them are saying that for a guy that is so disciplined in the locker room and on time and all that, that he don't have the same discipline on the pitch when it comes to his players. So it's a lot to question about mere management. They don't have no identity. When they were playing under Sir Alex Ferguson, they had an identity, and you were afraid of United. Nobody's afraid of United anymore. Everybody can't wait to play United now.
I agree. Guys are like trying to go to get the goal difference up.
Yeah, so that's my analysis on Manchester United. I'm just happy I'm not there anymore. And yeah.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Sorry, Manchester United fans. I know there's a lot of you out there, and we actually had a comment from one of our new subscribers, shout out Judah. And he was like, yeah, Arsenal and Newcastle together don't have as many supporters as Manchester United. It looks like you could use a little bit of our support.
Yeah.
Definitely. Moving on, right? We had Chelsea and Brighton. Now, that game finished 3-2. Chelsea got a rare card in that game. Enzo Fernandez opened up his account. Actually, I didn't even realize that. I thought he had been scored for him, but that was his first goal. A header. And he got on the score sheet for a second time with a penalty. Right? Straight down the middle. Wasn't nothing too... beautiful about it, but it was classy in the sense that it just got the job done.
Yes.
Right?
They had the captain of the day sent off for the second time in a week.
You know what's funny about that rare card, right? I thought that he should have had the rare card, the challenge before that.
Yeah.
He was a lucky boy to stay on the pitch.
Yeah.
So for him to make that third challenge that got him sent off, for me, right? And I'm not calling you a name, right? Mm-hmm. It's not personal, it's just sports.
It's just sports.
But that was idiotic. By some measurement. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You already gotten away with a foul while you're on a yellow that should have sent you off.
Lack of discipline.
You then go and concede a foul that's even worse than that one.
Exactly.
It's like what?
And putting your team in jeopardy.
Because, kindly enough for him, they still got through and won the game. But I mean, that could have been, one goal could have went either way.
Yes.
Who we had we had Brighton scored João Pedro again. Because, I kept saying, I didn't rate him as much, but now I'm seeing his output. I did say that last week.
Brazilians are coming through in the EPL.
And he's doing his thing.
The Brazilians are
coming through. And he's doing his thing. But with that game, Chelsea took the 3 points and they moved from 16 points on to 19. They stayed in 10th place, so they didn't actually move anywhere on the table. Brighton the same. They didn't move down or up. They stayed in 8th place on 22 points.
So it's about consistency for these two teams.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. The game after that, who do we have after that?
I have West Ham and Crystal Palace.
Which finished 1-0.
1-0.
You make kudos.
This guy, I keep talking about him. This guy has scored for the last, I think he scored.
Well, we know he scored last week, and then he scored this week.
The week before that, he scored.
Scored against us.
Scored against you. He scored against me.
Had the assist.
So,
he's flying high.
This guy's flying high. Is somebody to look out for. For sure.
And he came from your Dutch club.
Ajax.
Yeah.
Ajax. Everybody's wondering why Ajax is suffering this year.
For real.
They sold a lot of their players. So that's why they're suffering.
And on the flip side, West Ham got that goal. I'm sorry, Crystal Palace got that goal. Edouard. He's one of those three in that trio that you were talking about with Eze, himself, and Olise. That these guys are just dangerous. Like individually they can turn it on when they want.
Yes.
But collectively when they get together, they're dangerous.
They struggle, yeah. But it was a stalemate there, and I guess it was a good point for Crystal Palace.
Yeah, I'd say the same.
2 points dropped for West Ham.
I would agree.
Aspire to be in
European places. I agree wholeheartedly. What was the game after that?
The game after that, I have Bournemouth and Aston Villa.
How did that finish? 2-0.
2-0.
Yeah. And you don't mind me taking this one, do you?
No. Okay.
So with this one, right? Last week, I specifically said, I made a clip that one had almost 2,000 views on our Instagram platform. By the way, you guys ate up the first pilot that we did, which is why we're going to continue doing this. You know what I mean? We're putting our money where our mouth is, literally, quite literally. And we are going to bring you the sports. In regards to Ollie Watkins, I said specifically that this guy, if from a perspective of a young player, if you're looking for somebody to emulate and be like, this is the man you want to be like. I highlighted vaguely his aerial presence in regards to how good he is in the air. He had a goal last week chalked off where he was a millimeter, and we talked about the offsides, and it was one of those that we're going to get to as well, right? But this one, clearly onside, the position in which he headed the ball from away from the goal to go over the keeper back post, that's amazing, man. And why isn't this man being covered more, especially as an Englishman? I don't get it. And you know what? They're big goals.
Yeah, they are.
Because
they are.
His scoring when the game is in the balance, and that could have easily been 0 points.
Yes.
You feel what I'm saying? Away from him. That game was away from him because they had the white strip.
Yes.
His scoring equalizes to keep them in the top four. That should matter so much.
And his doing it, and the thing is, they will get tested. Their test comes as of next week. They have City.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be. You know what's funny? And I'm giving my prediction right now for all you bet fans out there with your parlays and whatnot, right? I'm telling you right now, City's not getting 3 points out of that game. They drew the last 3 games, and I rate City. City's who I want to be, literally, quite literally. However, Aston Villa and Unai Emery, when it comes to the big games, I'm telling you right now, they're either going to get the 3 points or it's going to be a hard-fought draw. That's how I see it.
Okay.
So you guys could clip me up because I know you guys are going to do that, right? You could clip me up, and next week when we have our next episode, you can come and get at me.
But what about Bournemouth?
Bournemouth got 2 goals. The Cherries, they got 2 goals.
And they were eating for the long as well.
Your boy Dominic Solanke.
Yeah.
I actually think he's the strongest striker in the league.
Yes.
Physically.
Yes.
He turns people, and it's hard to get the ball off of him.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But it is what it is. And then who else scored for them that game? Let me see what we got here.
It was
Dominic Solanke, because he's the one that got the second one.
Dominic Solanke and
Semenyo.
Yeah, Semenyo.
And Leon Bailey. I want to talk about him too. Jamaican, another brother from the Caribbean. The touches that first of all, the crossfield ball was excellent.
Right.
To bring it down, the first couple touches, rolls the ball inside his man, back post, bang, go. Same way, Ollie Watkins one flicked, had a good goal. Great goals all around. Semenyo, same way. That was more of just like a routine goal. Right. But either way, Bournemouth, they grounded out the draw. Yeah. It was at home, so I think that they're going to need to use the home form to pick up as many points this year if they're trying to avoid the drops.
Definitely, it's a place that their team wants to go to. So,
and with that, Aston Villa stayed in the top 4. They didn't move. They went up to 29 points, and Bournemouth stayed in 16th on 13 points from the 12 that they had coming into the game.
Yeah.
After that, which was the last game of the was it the last game?
No, we got 2 more games.
Well, 2 more games. Sorry, who we had? We had
have Liverpool and Fulham, which
was the
I
game.
thought was going to be the game of the day.
Yeah, I thought it was the game of the day, and it was the game of the
certainly
day.
thought that was the game of the day until the final game, but we'll talk about the final game after this. But that was a great game. Actually, Liverpool went down
in that game.
1-0, and the goal was scored by.
Did they? I thought they went ahead. No.
Yeah, Liverpool went down 1-0. They went down 1-0 to Harry Wilson.
No.
Brent Leno. I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah, you're terribly sorry.
I'm sorry.
And you know why? The reason why you're saying that is because they'll put it as Brent Leno good, man. It really should have been Trent Alexander-Arnold's good.
Yes. Which was a beautiful free kick.
Beautiful free kick. Let me show you, right? From our generation, right? Derek's slightly older than I. But when we were coming up, those types of girls, they were just beautiful to watch. We didn't sit here and debate over whether it came off his back and all of that there. It was just like, look, man, this guy hit the free kick. It hit the underside of the bar. It hit off the keeper. It's a beaut. The thing is, right, they're saying that it's not his goal simply because it hit off his back and went in, but it hit off the underside of the bar. It's cut the underside of the bar with pace, so the ball's never actually touched the ground. Who's to say that with that backspin, the ball doesn't touch the ground and spin backwards into the goal? Me personally, I think it should have been given as his goal. What do you think, Derek?
Well, I'm not a Liverpool fan.
It
is what it is. So, but it was a great free kick. But the law of the game is the shot was not on target. It hit the post. It wasn't on target.
That's true.
So when it hit the post, it's not on target because it hit the post and hit goalkeeper's back.
Don't consist of an goal.
Consists of it.
Me personally, I'm gonna give it to you, brother. Right after that, it was Harry Wilson with a good goal, good technically worked goal.
Yes.
Me and you spoke about this off air. The guy Leon Robertson, United States left back, I think he's exceptional. He made that goal.
Strong, pacey, very pacey.
And he gives good service. He knows what to do once he gets into the final. Because a lot of people can it gets fuzzy once the goal comes into play.
Right.
So yeah, I thought that he done well with that. After that, that made it 1-0.
Right.
After that, Alex McAllister with one of the goals of the season.
Yeah, definitely. All Liverpool goals.
Every single one was a cracker.
Every single.
But that one in particular, from a standpoint of technical superiority.
Yeah.
I thought that one was. And it was his first goal.
I was like, it's hitting from way out there.
Yeah, me too.
Hey.
It's cut across it too. You see that, right?
Yeah.
Whereas on the back post.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you sometimes, right, when them types of goals fly in, the player's surprised, but you could see in the form in his eyes and everything, he meant to do that.
Yeah.
He meant to do that. I'm a World Cup winner, and I'm gonna show you exactly. I'm arrive.
This how you hit him.
This how you hit him.
Let me show you. This how you hit him.
After that, it was Tete brought him back onto level turns. They were trying to take it away from VAR.
Right. But
I don't see why that took so long because he was well on side. It was like 2 people
you can see
playing him on.
But
guys need to clean it up a little bit, but
that's how they at the time went to the end.
Yeah, exactly, because it was a lot of time at both halves. After that, Endo. So we have a clip, right, that we're gonna put in this. Me and Derek were voicing each other back and forth.
Right.
And he said, "This is a game." Derek said, "This is a game." And I said, there's a lot of girls left in this game. I said, "Your boy, that Chinese boy is gonna come on and score one."
You sure
did? And what did you say?
I said,
"You called it, bro."
Called it, bro. Yeah, you called it. You called it, bro.
And it was a beaut. Beaut.
All the girls were beaut.
Like you said, all of them were good.
All of them were good.
And then
after that, we thought
everything was kind of dead and No, I'm sorry. We got to go backwards because that one wasn't even the go-ahead goal. Deco Dover Reed came on.
Right.
And scored to make it 3-2. Which is what made this game even more of a blockbuster. It almost looked like Liverpool was going to lose this game because that happened in the 80th minute when Fulham went up 3-2. And then I sent the voice message.
Yeah.
And then it actually happened to put them level on terms. 3-0. And then our mate.
A minute or two after that.
Our mate.
Comes Trent. The best right back in the world.
Not going to try to take that goal from him, are they?
No, you can't take that from him.
Hey.
That's twice in a week. Twice in 2 weeks.
And we talked about him extensively on last week's show, and we even put him up. We gave him his flowers. We shouted out my guy Tuggy in the UK. We're gonna have you on, bro. And he comes up with the goods.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that goal real fast. So the ball comes over, right? It's Shimicast and the right back battling for the ball. He's anticipated where the ball is gonna land from the challenge between those two players, expertly, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He takes the ball down. Now, Michael Owen and a few of the other English pundits were saying that it's actually a bad touch. For me, it's actually a good touch.
Right.
And I'm gonna tell you why. If he touches the ball and it goes forward, the defender that ran up for the 50-50 with Shimicast can engage him quicker.
Right.
Because he took the touch and it actually went away from his body, it's hard for you as a defender to then say, all right, cool, I'm going to engage this guy, because if you do, you leave your marker, right? Because Shimicast is still involved in the play. And he could also lay it across to the oncoming midfielder, which could have been, what's your boy, Grivaldo from Ajax? You know what I'm talking about, G-Name. Or McAllister, anybody run in front of midfield, they can run onto it and hit it. His took the touch, fell to the right side of his body, his adjusted on a split of a second, and hit it bottom corner. Bert Leno kind of messed up his eye in that game and all of that. I don't think that had nothing to do with it, because even if he had 20 vision, it's not getting to that.
No, he wasn't going to reach it.
And with that, Anfield erupted.
Yeah.
They said the noise decibels in at Anfield are unlike anything in world football. And just watching it, you could feel that.
Ryan Gravenberch.
There we go.
Right.
And with that, Liverpool got the 4-3 win, which means that they took all 3 points, and they are now in second, if I'm...
And I just want to say this about Fulham. The defender, Beasley. Is it Beasley?
Oh, I know it's on Bassi.
Bassi.
He's big, he's strong, he's commanding. You know what's funny, right? I was thinking to myself,
I really like him.
If I could fucking snatch him up,
I really like him.
For about 15 to 20 million, I'll bring him in. He looks big, he looks strong, he's imposing.
Another Ajax player.
Good player. And with that, Liverpool moved up to second place on 31 points, one above Manchester City. Manchester City dropped down to third with that on 30 points. And Fulham now is in 14th place. They didn't move on 15 points. The last game of the week was...
The game of the day.
Which one was that?
Man City.
Man City and Tottenham.
And Tottenham.
So that was the game of the day based off of the two teams that were actually playing, but I thought that the Liverpool game was a little bit more exciting.
More exciting.
But I think that City and Tottenham was a good game, CMA, because it was 6 goals in that match.
And Tottenham scored in the 90th minute to make it 3-0. And then...
Well, first of all, let's go through the scores in that match.
Yeah.
Right? So first we had City, Tottenham opening up.
The Son.
They actually put that, and then right after that, he went on the opposite side and scored a beaut. Yeah. I thought that was a beaut. Yeah, right off the thigh.
Yeah.
His keeper weren't getting nowhere near that. So he went from hero to villain, literally like that. And then right after that, you had Phil Foden scoring in 31st.
But let's talk about Haaland missing 2 sitters in their first half.
Yeah. Well, actually, I want to get onto that last, simply because of the talking point at the end of the game, right? We had Foden scoring the 31st, and then Giovanni Lo Celso gets his second in 2 weeks in the 69th. And then Jack Grealish came on for Doku and scored what everybody thought was going to be the winner, only for Dejan Kulusevski to rise highest in the 90th minute over Nathan Ake, who's been one of the better defenders
this year
and last year.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And I thought it was an excellent goal off the underside of the bar, similar to Trent's one, right? Van Ian, right?
Yeah.
And the game was at 3-0, but there was a chance right after that in the 90th minute in extra time where Haaland actually was fouled.
Right.
He got back on his feet, as all good professionals should do. Right. Let that be a lesson to you guys that are diving all over the place, right? Flip-flopping. He made a great pass, and Jack Grealish was through on goal for what I would call a breakaway.
Yeah.
And the referee called the foul, but he also played he played the advantage.
Played the advantage, but you
then he called it back.
Yeah, but you played the advantage. How could you call it back?
That's gotta be looked at, man. These guys gotta be investigated, man.
How?
It's borderline criminal.
You had the whistle up to your mouth.
You
had
said-
your hand, like play on.
Right. He plays on.
He plays on.
The advantage is given.
You see that it's gonna be a breakaway,
Right.
and then you blow the whistle.
What's going on? And you know what? I don't want to come under scrutiny and burn my bridges before I even make them. But it looks like match fixing.
It does.
That's exactly what it looks like.
Sure does.
Because like, how else can you explain that? Like even if he comes out, right? He's human, right? But that's not really a human error.
Duh,
Because
it's
you
not,
already
because
made
how
the
could
decision.
how could you made the decision to play on?
Right.
And then when you see that there's going to be a breakaway, because when you told him to play, when you
gave advantage.
you gave advantage.
And you see it's an advantage.
Holland gave a heck of a ball
That was a
over the
quick
top.
ball. Look like something from De Bruyne.
Yeah. And then you blow the whistle because you see it's going to be a breakaway.
I think that City is gonna feel hard done by that.
Yeah.
But you know what? There's been a lot of calls, a lot of questionable calls that have been in City's favor this year.
Yeah.
A lot.
And not only that, Holland should have put these 2 chances away.
And that's where we're gonna get on today. So similar to the game against you guys when we played you and you guys beat us, right?
Yeah.
A lot of Arsenal fans were saying, "Oh, we got cheated," because it was 3 talking points in that. One, they were saying that the ball didn't go out. The ball went out. I thought that it didn't go out, right? And this is just me as an Arsenal fan,
Right.
but as a
Right.
realist.
Right.
Secondly, they were saying that there was a foul on Gabriel in the build-up, right? And then thirdly, they were looking for the offside. I didn't see no offside in
Right.
it. When it comes to the game with Gabriel, I think that it could be given as a foul, but I can live with the fact that it wasn't.
Right.
Simply because I play at football,
Right.
and it's a contact sport.
Right.
You need a man up. You're a center back.
Yeah.
You should be able to be stronger than that.
And if you
feel
saw
what I'm
what
saying?
Gabriel was trying to do, he was trying to head
The ball backwards. So he is already on his way down.
Exactly.
And the similarities that I want to draw with that game and this Manchester City game is that as an Arsenal fan, I didn't feel hard done by it simply because we didn't do anything in that game to impose our attacking wheel.
Right.
With City, it's a little bit different because they did impose their attacking wheel, but they fluffed the chances.
Right.
When you get the chances and they fall to you, right, City? I'm talking to you guys and I'm talking to anybody else out there. When you get the chances in a game and you don't put them away, you cannot blame VAR. You cannot blame the referee.
Nope.
You had the chance to kill the game,
Kill the
dead
game
and buried.
off.
You didn't do it.
Exactly.
These are the fine lines. There are always going to be mistakes and stuff like that in football, in any sport, quite frankly.
Yeah.
But if you don't do your portion of it, whether it be defending, attacking, game prep, whatever it be, you cannot then put everything on the officials because that's not the sole reason as to why you did or did not get the 3 points
So City has dropped 6 points
in the last 3 games.
last 3 games.
Is it? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Because
So
they got 3 draws back to back to back.
Yeah.
And with that, we conclude this segment of Spildy Sports. You can tune in again next week, and we'll have some names. If Derek, you have anything to say before we go?
Don't blink because you don't know what's going to happen this season. So I'm just saying to everybody, stay tuned and enjoy the football because it's been very, very enjoyable, especially this weekend. So.
It has. And I just want to give a big shout out to our sponsors,
Yes.
MFB, obviously.
Definitely. Yes.
Money Feels Better family, we appreciate you. And with that, that concludes our second episode of Spildy Sports, and we'll be right back at you next week. See you then.